There we go. All right, so I actually am gonna log out. All right, so I wanted to thank everybody for coming on. I wanted to introduce this party sharing platform. It's called Vizzlie, Vizzlie, and it has codes for free things and different levels that you can pay for. But what I wanted to show you was that it has the ability to do Facebook party templates, email, and texting. I lied, it wasn't a business page. Maybe it can. Anyway, the main thing that I wanted to show everybody tonight is that I'm going to be able to send this party template via a code to y'all. And this is what it will look like. So I hit share and copy. And that's the code that y'all need. For those of you that are watching it live, you'll actually have to type that out. But when you get your Vizzlie account and you go to template, templates, Facebook, you'll do addition here. And then create the name of it and then import and put that code here. And I'll delete this later, but it's going to make a duplicate for me. Yeah, I already own it. Okay, so that's what y'all will do. How do I go back?
Hey, Lori, can I pop in for just a second?
Of course.
When I first downloaded Vizzlie from another Color Street friend who told me about it. Yes. When you go to Vizzlie and hit login or sign up, she suggested I choose the login with Facebook option. So if someone's new and they've never done it or they've never downloaded it or logged into it, that's the suggestion that she had for me. I don't know what happens if you don't do it that way, but I think it connects everything for you automatically.
That makes sense. Okay, so what this does is it lets you set up a party. So right now, this party, which is the starter template, it doesn't have a party date. I'm setting it up not in a party. This is the template. So what I've done is, so you can see, it's really a 4-day party, but it's the day before, the day of, this is the actual day of the party. And so when you set it up for a group, you will tell it then when the party is, and then everything else is timed according to the time of the party. So is that what I should show, Nick?
Yeah, that's right. And so
where am I gonna put it to show how that works?
So do you have a test group that you have in here? Okay.
I do.
So the most important thing is based on the times that you have on the template, you have to actually give the party a start time because the template is based off of a time. So where's your fake? Okay. Is that
okay.
Fake
so
group?
Yes. So any of the groups that you're going to use for a Vizzlie template, you'll have had to go into the admin and allow this app to work. And I've already done this. So I have this, I created a private Facebook group so that I could play with it. All right. So
you would do use a template right there. Yep. And then pick your one. Yeah.
Okay. So this is where, go ahead.
Yeah. So that's where you put the start time. So let's pretend like we're having our party on Saturday. So if you put Saturday, whatever that date is, and you want your post to start posting from a 9 a.m. Eastern time, So that means anything that is in the template as day before will post on Friday.
Right.
And anything that's the day of. So your template has like 1 hour after start time, 2 hours after start time, 3 hours after start time. So if you say the party starts at 9 a.m. and your first post is 1 hour after start time, the first post will happen at 10 a.m. So that time is really important. Yes, the
Right.
time is really important because your template is based off of that time.
Right. And I will say that I have learned that, so say you have like a template that has something that posts 2 days before or 3 days before, and you don't actually want to take that much time before the start of the party, anything that would have already posted posts at the same time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Shake your head if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, good. Okay, so then that's what we would do. Keep posts. You've already scheduled all of that, all posts.
Now this is important on that all posts, because if, let's pretend like this was a longer template and you only wanted to start at 1 day before, you could click select post and tell it that you didn't want some of the posts to happen. Or if you know that it's you know that your template has, let's say it has the Set in Stone collection as one of your posts, and you know they're sold out, you don't have to go back in and edit the template. You can just go in there and unclick that one Set in Stone and it won't post it.
So then this is where we are. If I do Saturday, and somebody had suggested to me not to do on the hour and the half hour, that there's, like some kind of sneaky trick with Facebook or whatever, because lots of people schedule things like at 9 o'clock or 9:15 or 9:30. So to kind of make things askew, just do it a day off. You'll notice in Team Shine, all the stuff that I use through Vizzlie to schedule, it's like at an odd time. And then all you do is just load the template. So Teresa, I'm dumping this in our mock group. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. So one of the cool things about Vizzlie this is it, is that Granny Sue. So there are places in here. That's what we should do first is, sorry. Okay, so see where it says Granny Sue? In the actual template, it says hostess. And then before you send it to Facebook, like we were just doing, it will tell you you have to fill those things in. So they're all the way at the bottom. So your name is the stylist. So I'm going to type in Lorri, and every place in the whole party where I want to name the stylist, I replace it here and it does it in the whole thing. So party link, you would type in your actual party link right there. Application video is embedded in here. If you don't have an application video, then go to your website and grab the one from the site. And I just saved it in my thing. So it's colorstreet.com / your stylist ID number / application #videos. And that way it's at least not the belonging to some random stylist. Obviously, you're supposed to have your own somewhere on your business page or your personal profile so that it's public and you can share your own. But so there's some places in here. If you don't have one of your own, then use the corporate one on your site. VIP group, obviously, is your VIP group. There's a couple of places that it references when the party is going to end. So I just named it end of party. And so down here, you would put what that date is, and anywhere in the party, you only have to change it once. So, and then an opportunity link. If you have an opportunity group, this is where you would put the link to that. And if you don't, then you just go in to edit it and make it applicable, the sentence for whatever you're doing. And then once all of that is filled in, you'd be able to turn this from posting is turned off to green, and then that's it. So I'm going to show you.
This really is amazing, and I love that you can share.
It is so cool. So it gives you the ability, you just click on whatever it is. So you can duplicate it if you want to make another post. So like Nikki said, if you get this and you think she's actually missing a couple of things that I like to cover, and so that's how you would create another post. This is where you can preview it. And then if you need to edit something, you just click edit. And if I were you, I wouldn't mess with any of the stuff for the timing because that's kind of set. But this does not show up in Facebook. This is just kind of your mental note of what things are. And you'll see here with the greater than and less than, that's what it identifies. So when I got this party, you could tell a couple of people had worked on it, and there were some places where it said host name and other things that said hostess. So I went through and made them all match so that you only have to change it one time. The other thing that is suggested is that if you want to use a lot of emojis, to create it in either Facebook or on your phone where it's easier to add those in. And then obviously you always want to have a call to action at the bottom. Did I hit record? I did, didn't I?
So yeah, it's recording.
Okay, good. All right, and so then down here is where you will pull your images. Or if you want to, you'll see later that there's a couple of pictures of me or Lee, me and Nikki. And if you want to swap one of those out for your own, this is where you would do it right here. So what do y'all think? Isn't that neat?
I really like it.
It's very cool. And I love that you can go in and tweak it just a little bit so that it sounds like you. A lot of the work is already done for you to make it cute. And I would say that if you see anything that looks like a typo to you, to leave it, because it's actually a way to avoid being marked spammy or salesy. I'm trying to find, okay, so see how this has to buy something and it's spread out because that's one of those words that Facebook like free or sale. So I know that it is weird, but it is a way to kind of bypass some of those things. So this is one of those posts that's just a good interactive and engagement. And the reason that the name of it says edit is because there's a place in here that you could, personalize or make your own. I just lost my place. So the funny thing is, if your bestie sends you a text that says, I've got an idea, you're supposed to take a picture of what their response is in the text. And Nikki totally failed because she called me. She was like, what? What?
I was driving.
Yeah. I was like, okay. So then I had to tell her about it. So it's not a real representation, but it cracked me up that she didn't even want to wait on text.
That's so funny.
It is hilarious. Okay, and so then I need to put edit in front of this. Obviously, most of the time, any of the leaders or successful salespeople will tell you that doing a live demo is best. And I tried to make this picture to where you could leave the photo the way it is and just kind of lay your own photo on top of it. Norma's group had done the spring spill or drip or whatever it is that she calls that. It turned out really cute. So then the party link, again, that would be something that you would send out. Oh, okay. This is a good place to show y'all. So I can upload. Oh, I think it's on my phone. Does anybody have any questions while I'm looking for this picture? No? I'll show you how fast. So I know that I have an album on my phone of pictures like this that I would use. And I'm going to airdrop it to my iMac. Well, I say I am. Okay, well, that's where I would change that picture. But it didn't do. But anyway, so you would just X out this picture and upload your own picture and save it and then hit update.
Lori, I have a question.
Yep.
So if I'm understanding this right, we can go in here and we can have, like, if we do an 80s themed party, we can save all the information and the graphics. And then, like, maybe next we would do I don't know, an Easter party. We can save all that. And if we have somebody next year or next month want to do an 80s themed party, we can come back and just pull that same stuff.
Yes. As a matter of fact, somebody might have already created an 80s party, and then you could just at least ask for that kind of template. And I think that it's not super well used right now, but as people do that, I hope that people will be generous in a way that, like people were with the jot forms, so that you don't have to start from scratch. But absolutely, you can go in even to this one and kind of sprinkle in some theme stuff, and it changes it. But I would suggest that you duplicate it so that this one, the original one, stays the same. I know that's what Hannah Steelman does. Like every other month or so, she just tweaks it a little bit so that it matches her theme.
And
Yes,
we have to ask permission from the person who created the document.
Well, you'll have to ask for it. It's not like Jotform where you can search for it. So
Okay.
now that I know how to work it, I'll start asking around. And if you're in any kind of groups with random people, you can just say, do you have any Vizzlie templates that you'd like to swap, right? And this is the interactive things. I'm sorry, Nikki. This is a place where you could just swap that out so that if you had repeating hosts, it would be something different.
Yeah, I was going to say, so if this is the format that you like, a 3-day, and you may get, add days, and that's fine too. If you just duplicate this, you can find all those themed graphics in the graphics groups, and then you just change out pictures and keep all the guts. And then you just name it something different. And then when you're ready to do another theme, you just duplicate this layout again and you do the same thing with a different theme. So you're not having to recreate the wheel every single time. And if you name it something different, then you'll be keeping all of them.
Right. Yep. So then this is towards the end. It's the next morning. This template is super streamlined. So it only starts the day before. It has the party day, 1 day after, 2 days after, and then this is the last one. And you'll see that it hits all of the marks. Like it has, you know, the hostess and party link and the end of party. This one is super long and I haven't pared it down. But if people take the time to read it, it's a really great opportunity post. And then down here, I made a collage of my story and you'll want to do the same. So this Vimeo is a corporate foundation video. And so that stays embedded.
Laura, let me ask you a question. So because you know, parties are not my strong suit and I need to get better at it. Let's pretend like let's not pretend, because I actually do have 2 hostesses that I need to have a party for right now. And I create their group today, but their party doesn't start until Saturday. So essentially, well, let's say it starts on Sunday. So essentially this template would start on Saturday, but I've got 2 dead days, today and tomorrow. What do you?
So then I would say, just add something that's 2 days before the party. Add something that's
put something in there before I add the people.
Correct. Yes. Not outside of the Vizzlie.
Preload it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that way too, that when she starts inviting people, there's cars in the parking lot, so to speak.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah. I will also tell you that I haven't done anything with it yet, but I have a battle of the hostess template that I haven't even looked at yet that somebody shared with me. But I still think that if this is the first time that you've used it, I don't know that I would start with a battle. That seems a little advanced. But I do have that. Okay, and so then this is the tips page, FAQ, and you'll see it's showing you post 24 of 24. So it's a small party, but just like Nikki was asking, you absolutely could either preload something into Facebook, you could schedule a couple of things, or if you like a different rhythm, go ahead and grab this template, duplicate it, and then add some more to the top or bottom, however you like.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us. See, that's in Atlanta.
What?
The event.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. That's in Atlanta.
That rug is in my office right now. We took that rug, 8x10 rug, to Atlanta for this big event. All right.
I have another question, Lori.
Yes, ma'am.
You're on your computer. What about using it on your phone, an iPhone?
That's what I wanted to know also.
I'm old and my eyeballs are old. I don't ever work from my phone, but I know that it loads the same way. It'd just be really small.
Yes, I would say if you need to tweak something on your phone, like, okay, Lori, I'm sure you know this, but you didn't mention it. It has the slow down and the hurry up feature.
It does.
So that's something that you might want to think about on your phone. So if the party's going a little too fast and you need to slow it down, you can slow it down. I don't really know where to do that, but
that it once you
the party.
Once you've started it. So that's
right
under, I think, a group you're tracking.
Okay, right.
Template. Like once you've actually sent it. That I would do from my phone.
Exactly.
I wouldn't try and set it up just because it seems a little complicated.
Yes, I was about to say there are some things like if you need to do something on the fly then your
Yeah.
phone is okay, but trying to set up an entire party, like your screen just isn't even big enough to see it all.
Okay, so here it is. So this is that mock group that we were talking about. And so you'll see the difference. We're not in the template anymore. We're in the actual posting for the group. And now you'll see that it has hurry up or delay.
Yep.
And so if you want it to go ahead and post, you can push this one and it pushes everything else the same amount of time. Or you can say, no, actually, I just want this one. So maybe you're in a party and several people are asking about something that's not going to post for like 3 days. You can go and find that one post and out of order, just tell that one thing, hey, go ahead and post this. That's a great question.
Yep.
That's where it is. Hurry up or delay.
Knew that I had seen it. I just didn't know where to
Yes,
find it.
ma'am. Yep. So this is where we didn't actually send this yet, but it is when you tell it, this is the group that I want to use it in. And so that's up here. So what it does is this is my VIP space, Team Shine, my Gen Zero, and my mock space. Those are the 4 groups that I have given Vizzlie permission in my Facebook groups to post. But what it does is it pulls up every single group that you're an admin in, and you have to go to that one and go into settings and then into apps. And I had to do it in Firefox. It would not work for me in other things. And so this is where, if you wanted to do stuff on your business page, see how it's pages and then events. But you could also do this for email or texting, which might work instead of whatever that thing is that Brittany uses for a text thing.
The other thing is the free plan lets you do 1 group a month.
Right.
Just
And
FYI.
that's where you could start. And
Yeah.
you didn't need to pay for anything until you know what you're doing. So the other thing that is cool is that I can set up a team, and I'll do that. And any of the templates that I have gotten and made sure that they make sense for us, I'll put them in there. And whoever is a part of that team has access without changing them to grab them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I will try and set that up tonight. And then the image gallery, Hannah Steelman actually knows the people that own this, and she's been able to help them tweak some stuff, because while you get a party from me, it doesn't put the images in your library. It only houses them in the template. And I want to be able to see them, because that's how we were looking with the preview post. That's as big as you can see it, unless you go ahead and send it to a group. So do you think that's enough information to be able to at least get an account, open it up, play with it, and try it one time? Good.
That's great.
Very good. All right, well, I'm going to stop recording if nobody has any questions or anything else to share. Was that it? All right.